tribe. Welcome, Sagittarians. We're dealing with the Sagittarius. This is going to be what are their intentions. And of course, with this being general, it could be vice versa, whatever you want to say it as. Take what's for you, leave the rest on my table for who it's for. Something else. I allow the divine to guide the reading, so understand that we may dive into you specifically, as self is always most important. Like, share, subscribe, comment, interact with each other. We're a tribe here. Do what you feel. I love you guys, and let's get into the reading, guys. We're going to get the overall energy first, and of course the overall energy is more than likely pertaining to both of you. And I will say before I shuffle this that your bottom of the deck energies are absolutely amazing. Okay? We have the Ace of Wands, the Two of Cups, Divine Energy with Ascended Master Energy. What is this? Somebody was calling. Sorry, y'all. 34, we have Empress and Emperor. And even your Love Oracle cards are pretty good. Well, it's good. We have Finances and Career. So let's get into it, guys. Let's get the overall energy, Sagittarius, dealing with the Sagittarius. Let's see what there is to know. I feel good. I love it. But I won't jump to conclusions because I'm also just feeling good within myself. So, wow. Spiritual, worldly matters flipping out. Intentions at the bottom of the deck, proper planning. Hangman energy, also a Magician and High Priestess here. Let's just see what I'm, because I feel like there is a message here. So let's fill it through, guys. Feels like a perspective shift spiritually. I feel like someone sacrificed an egoic stance, especially with worldly matters here. Someone was looking at the connection from a worldly perspective rather than a spiritual connection. We do have the Two of Cups, Ace of Wands here. And we do have spiritual, you know what I mean? The perspective had to be shifted from a worldly perspective into a spiritual perspective because it is a spiritual connection. And with this being the overall energy, it is potentially both of your energy, where you've undergone this perspective shift, maybe even a paradigm shift of some sort. But it definitely feels influenced by love. But it's interesting because it's influenced by love, but we know that love is more spiritual than it is physical or mental. It's a spiritual matter. So with that being said, it's no wonder it takes you right into spiritual rather than worldly. You know, the bounce, the ups and downs, the movement by way of I'm seeing it like jumping ahead. It's almost like ascension in a way, where we, especially with us having number 12 here, that's the Hangman alongside, if we break that down, we have the Magician and the High Priestess. There's a spiritual understanding that's pushing this Magician energy. This High Priestess energy from this two was made way by the overall Hangman energy, and now it's got this Magician energy entangled in it, where it's time to bring this back together in a way where it's from a completely different standing, a completely different standpoint. Ace of Wands, Two of Cups. The recognition that this is a very much so a spiritual bond. With the Wand and the Cup, that's both two spiritual realms. You know, the way that I see that, it's like I don't... okay, let me break this down for you guys. The Cups and the Wands I view as the spiritual realm. The Sword and the Pentacle I view as the physical realm. Why? Because cups relate to, in the way I read, they relate to the consciousness levels. They relate to the unconscious. They relate to emotions. They relate to love. You know what I mean? They relate to the vibration, energy, spirit, and intuition. Swords relate to Swords and Pentacles relate to perspective, your worldly view, your thoughts, your physical reality, the nouns in your life, along with the signs and the synchronicities. We have here the Ace of Wands, which is that magic wand, that is that passionate ability to create from within self. One is singular, right? Into the two. Wow, one, two. One going into two brings you into a partnership, a commitment, a relationship. And we know when you enter into a relationship, you have to be able to see things from the other person's perspective. Essentially being able to stand in each other's shoes. Even the scales, right? This is what I'm picking up intuitively. So let's go with this here. I love it though. I do love it for you guys. So let's see what their intentions are here. There's a heavy feel of acceptance, allowing yourself to kind of go with it, but still being, making sure that the intentions are pure, making sure that there is proper planning and stillness. The relationship is going in the proper flow, right? Three of Wands, Ace of Sword. Three of Wands, the ship has to come in on the proper flow, right? Ace of Swords, your thoughts control the way your reality takes shape. Your emotions control the way your reality takes shape. It's interesting with behind intentions we have meditate. In thinking, you must also listen. On second thought. I do feel like you guys have been doing some thinking. Ace of Cups, Six of Cups. You've reflected emotionally and mentally. We had the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups. You've reflected emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And I feel like there's a drawing together of the two. Look, we have the Two of Cups here again. Two of Cups. And Temperance, we do have 14 here with intentions. That's Temperance. That's also Magician energy and Emperor energy here. I'm going to love this reading. Let's get it out here. Let's see what their intentions are. Wow. We have one jumping out of the gate, the Moon. With the fact that I haven't done the cut yet, and this has come out, and it does feel like a dominant energy, I am going to honor it as that. With this Moon card here, I do feel interesting. The first line on the card is the opportunity to improve your plans, and we do have intentions, proper planning. Temperance is all about patience. So is meditation. So is spirituality overall, right? Shit. So is love. So is justice. So is passionate communication. Ten of Wands behind that. Let's see what their intentions are. And with this Moon, there is this mystery feeling to it where there is going to be things withheld in this reading. They're not going to give you it all. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. It's things that I can't tell you, that you have to pull and retrieve from within yourself. Face your fears and grow stronger is what it says. There is an element here where you're going to have to face yourself. What do they want me to see? The Star. Along with solutions again. Look at that divine guidance. Hierophant, Temperance, and the Star. This is going to be a pretty good reading. It's going to be a deep reading. What else do I want to see? The Ten of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. Listen, I'm cutting. Now I'm just anxious. Change your life. We're cutting it on change your life. That's how you do it. You got to change some shit up. You got to cut some shit. You got to redirect some shit. You got to get in line with your star player. What's your star player? You. Your soul, not your vessel. Your soul, not your vessel. Look at that Ace of Wands again. That relates to what? Energy, your vibration, oneness with your vibration. Your star fucking player. They don't be playing with you. You got to get in tune with your star player. A gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. The chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. The magic wand is always yourself. You got to make shit happen. You got to shake some shit up. You got to stir some shit up. Let's see. What's their intentions here? Sagittarius, dealing with a Sagittarius. Wow. First one out the gate, the Wheel of Fortune. New beginnings. End of delays. A change in direction that offers happiness. Listen. Change in direction. Six of Cups at the bottom. Was at the bottom of the deck. For that card, let's see. Three of Wands. We talked about the Three of Wands. The ship's got to come in on a smooth sailing. Shifting the vibrational patterns, shifting the energy, changing the current so that the ships can come in. The return on investment in a relationship requires investing. Let's get into it. Two of Cups, remember justice. Remember? Beautiful. Ten of Wands, Knight of Wands. You had to get the pressure to make the diamond, right? Ten of Wands, you had to get the pressure to make the diamond. Seven of Swords, you had to have the pressure. Listen, Six of Swords under the bottom, and I felt like I had to take the bottom card even before I looked at it. And this is his own story. Seven of Pentacles. Investing in the relationship to make it strong enough to pull forward, right? Last card, Justice. Justice. Leap of faith. They don't play. They don't play. You got to take the leap of faith to have justice, right? Doing something is always worth doing it right the first time, right? Proper planning, intentions, temperance. Wow. And I do feel like this person had to get their shit together. It's essentially, if you were sending in the ship, it would need time to be loaded up, right? What is it loaded with? Love. The heart had to be open. Certain things had to be removed in order to make way for the dynamic shift here. In order to make way for the mental combativeness to cease and be in an energy where it's able to be cohesive and strengthen the connection as well as yourself independently. Two of Cups, man, shit. I really feel like they want me to take it out. Taking it. Part of this moon energy is this Two of Cups. Love is all about unexpectancy. You can't, just like you can't create your lover, your partner. You can't create that person. The divine creates them for you. You can't create how do you want me to explain this? I want them to understand. You're a co-creator. Leave it at that. Just leave it at that. Ace of Swords again, along with the Queen of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. This is truth. This is honesty. This is transparency. This is strength through past hardship. This is wisdom. This is acting on what the divine, the truth that the divine has given. And I feel like this person has had this, again, down to that perspective shift. It's like this person doesn't view the connection the way they once did. Three of Cups, Nine of Cups. I do feel like this person has realized, look at that, Ace of Swords, through communication, through truth, through honoring self, through actively speaking out into the will, the universe, you know, by actively, this person has called you in. This person has communed with the divine, as well as I feel this sense of communing with your higher self. You two are in communication on the spiritual plane. And again, this wand here, vibration, energy, spirit, intuition. This has been divinely guided to come back together. This person's intentions is to be very real and honest and truthful with you, because they feel like the only way to get back into these cups here, from the swords here, the way out of the mental standing you two have, it's this energy where maybe you two, or you know, Sagittarius, maybe you're in this energy where you're looking at this connection from a logical perspective, maybe because there was difficulty in the past. Where we have the Strength card, we've often had the devil somewhere in the past, right? There was a time in the past where, we'll just say this person put you in a place, and we got to take our own triggers here, guys. You know, 1444 was just on the clock. People can, quote unquote, put you in certain vibrations, but ultimately, it's not their fault. it's the fault of the person who allowed themselves to go there with themselves, right? So there's this energy where maybe certain things were tolerated in the past that you no longer stand for. So you're in this Queen of Swords energy. And I feel like this person feels like they have to meet air with air. Truth, communication, honesty, openness. Air is very fluid. Air is very transparent. You don't see it at all, shit. You know what I mean? And there's even this element here where, again, air, they didn't see it in the past. Wisdom is here now, and they know that they're approaching this dominant energy, the way that I'm feeling this Queen's energy. It's a strong energy. They know that you are strong, therefore they have to come to you strong. 9 of Wands, pursuing their wish of fulfillment, completely whole within themselves first. They're not looking for you to make them happy. They're looking at you to increase their happiness and to increase your happiness. 3 of Cups, definitely looking for some sort of reconciliation, celebration, wanting to have this harmonious union emotionally. 2 threes here. I like it. Let's see what this, let's clarify the 3 of Wands here. Prosperity arising. Wow, from wise planning. Prosperity arising from wise planning. Proper planning here. Take the next step. Optimistic plans that turn out as expected. I'm hearing the bottom one. Let's see what the bottom card is here. Oh, I got 2. Let's just take it. I didn't feel this one so much. This is that past energy we were talking about. This is that past energy we were talking about. Override. Overridden. How am I supposed to say this? Jesus, I can't get my words out. Again, we talking about past energy. 5 of Swords, difficulty communicating in the past. 10 of Pentacles. 3 of Wands. When this person, I mean, I guess it does go. Okay, let me just get the message out. This person is coming back no longer in this energy where communication is difficult. It was difficult in the past because, again, I read 5s as more as personal. It was difficult in the past because this person had conflict internally. It was a twisted perception. Again, we talked about perception being important. It was a worldly perspective. Shit, I mean, yeah. Going into the 10 of Pentacles, definitely that's the ship coming in, 10 of Pentacles. Very much so a long-lasting, long-standing relationship out of the battle, 4 of Swords. Another 4 at the bottom, 4 of Pentacles. 5 of Swords, 4 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. This person is definitely going to hold on to you this time around. Look at that 10 of Cups. Because they definitely recognize that you are the completion to the puzzle. 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. What makes me happier? What can take me from a 9 of Cups to a 10 of Cups? What makes me happier? The reconciliation with the person that I care for. Not only emotionally, but mentally, physically, spiritually. I want long-lasting commitment with the person that makes me the happiest. That adds to my happiness. Wow. I guess we did talk about past. Listen, everything is coming together. Resistance in the past is being dropped. King of Pentacles. The resistance is being dropped because this person wants to be a life partner. The Sun. This person can no longer fight this vibrational pull. It's too strong. It's too strong. It's time to seal the deal. This person feels like it's time to seal the deal. Look at that. I was just about to say it because I love this person. And we have the Lovers. This person wants to seal the deal because there's no denying that they love you. Look, they hear the call to love. They can't help it. They won't stop, guys. You are their navigation system. It's this energy of completion through each other. Through each other, there's completion. because through love there's a, a energy of transcending. Ace of Wands, King of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Page of Swords, Leap of Faith, King of Wands. Guys, let's get into this. King and Queen of Swords. We talked about your energy being in this as well. The Justice is the way that these two are able to see eye to eye. Have the same perspective. There's this energy of recognition that we're on the same team here. We're on the same team here. There's no need to fight the current that will ultimately sail us into a harmonious union, not only with each other, but with the divine, with our path, with our purpose, with our fate. This person wants to create a future from a space of love, from a place of justice, from a place of faith. Their intentions is to build with you, to have a long commitment with you that brings more and more awareness, not only to each other, but overall as this blanketing effect in your experience collectively. They just want to do this all together, from what you know to what you don't know. They just want to do it together. And it's this energy of life can throw us all kind of shit. But if you're standing next to me, I have the will and the strength to supersede, I think that's a word, anything that could potentially or currently stand in my path. Together we are infinite. Together we are powerful. We're masterful. We can shift energy in the physical realm, finances and career. That's the physical space. So through the spiritual realm, the heavy influence here, you shift the physical realm as to be expected. That's by law, right? That's the spiritual law. The spiritual law that governs the worldly matters is through spirituality, all things are possible, right? It was 22:22 on the clock. Let the divine help you. Let the divine continue to navigate you through this system. If you need to make sense of this all, look at it by way of a system. Even in a system, you have to try and try and try until you get the right formula, until the machine works, until it's the right batch, right? No matter what perspective you look at it as. It takes effort. But the way you make that effort more effortless is through no resistance, through alignment, through your heart. If you're dealing with love, you have to align through the heart, don't you? You have to go through spirituality. Again, love is a matter of spirit, not a matter of life. This connection involves marriage. 10 of Pentacles, remember? Ten of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, the Sun, the Lovers, Judgment, Star, everything we have here. Even the King of Wands is looking at me. Oh, that's the Knight. Ew, passionate action. What do they both need to know here? Look at this. It has nothing to do with the worldly space. Religious factors do not stand here. This is spiritual matters. This is not religion. This is not something that the church taught you. Or I won't even get specific. This is not, it feels like an energy of something unfamiliar. Moon. Shit, it's coming for a cycle. It's unfamiliar to you, but it's quite familiar to your soul. Pay attention to that. It involves ascending. It involves higher levels of commitment. It involves loyalty. Look at that. It involves bliss. The bliss coming from each other, coming from the divine, coming from ascension. As I often say, you don't fall in love, you transcend in love. You know, you ascend in love. You don't fall. Falling is karmic. You're decreasing, right? To evolve, you open your heart, you open your mind, you open the chakras, you open the soul, essentially. I do, as I've said before, I believe that the chakra system is the internal soul. In constant communication with the external soul through intuition, through that strong magnetic energy, right? Think I'm playing through passion. Ace of Wands, all the wands, you know, through passion. Look at that. Sacred connections. I mean, you can't make this shit up. I'm feeling signs and synchronicities here. Through triggering. I'm seeing the trigger as it just opening the lid to shit. Like, oh, I didn't know I had that in me. You know, 25 on the clock, reconciliation. Maybe some of you didn't even see it coming. But you don't see a paradigm shift coming, you know, not often. Paradigm shift is that blessed moment where you really remember what co-creator means, you know. Knowing what it means that when the divine tells you that I'm constantly conspiring in your favor. This is good for you and you two are good for each other. Pay attention to what's coming up, not in a way of being triggered, but in a way of spiritual understanding. These red flags, that's the triggering to open up different doors in this connection. To reconcile different areas in the connection and the love and the transparency of your authenticity. My right hand is itching like crazy right here. I'm loving it because I think that means something good, but let's get it. I love you guys. This is a metamorphosis through spiritual understanding, through spiritual enlightenment. My heart chakra is absolutely pumping right now. This is beautiful, guys. Please allow this to be drawn in the way that it's supposed to. Look at that. It's safe for you to love. Let yourself have the love that's meant for you, because if it wasn't meant for you, it would have been removed from your experience if you allow yourself to be in surrenderance and detaching from outcomes. You know, when you're in this place of surrenderance, you know, going with the flow but in control of your own experience to the best of your abilities, then you get what's meant for you. And it's safe for you to love because this is a connection that doesn't end. It's driven by passion. It's driven by spirit. 27 on the clock. It's driven by who you truly are. That was double hermit with 27. That's 9. That's 9. That's the double hermit. Both of you guys are on the hermit path, and the hermit path is with each other. The hermit path is that sacred true calling and the recognition of what direction to really go in. We did have the star, you know. I think you two have been triggered into this awareness of how this love benefits the two of you on a worldly, spiritual, physical, emotional, mental level. You know, on all levels. It's stimulating, and growth comes through stimulation. I'm through, y'all. I love y'all. That was a good reading, you guys. We're tribe. Be here for each other. Support the channel in whatever way you feel. I love you guys.